Carl, welcome to this week's edition of In the Dugout. We'll start off with a couple of questions from the fans. The first one from Chris Smart. He says, is our target automatic promotion again this year, which obviously would mean the club finishing first, wouldn't it? And what are the plans in place to ensure that we have a better season than we did last season?
Oh, first winning games I think is the most important thing. That's one thing we need to do better than last year. Our target is promotion. There's no shying away from that. Whether we do that automatic or through the playoffs, you know, that the target is promotion. We won't shy away from that. I think we've got like I said last week, a decent squad, and we need to. You don't really know until you start playing, but we're all excited. There's a buzz around the place, and everything. You know, with the season tickets and everything going good, there's something happening. So hopefully, you know, we can do the job.
Do you feel that having a settled squad could help next season? We saw last year a couple of players come in and they go out, and you'd be having different players in different positions each week. Do you feel like if we can get to a point where you can more or less name the starting 17, then we'll be in a much healthier place?
Yeah, well, whether that happens, you can never tell with the injuries. You know, one thing, if we're going for promotion and the games we play and the players that Richard picks, whether they're our boys or the boys on Dual Ridge, you know, regardless of what people think, we need to win games, and we'll probably aim the team up and pick the team accordingly to win them games. So we'll all buy into it. The players will all buy into it, and you know, we need to try and get promoted. It's we say it every year, and yeah, it's getting boring, and I know that, but don't moan when the coach picks the team, because he's picking the team to win certain games. Games we have to win. So yeah, all nice and all good if we can keep it at the settled side and they don't get any injuries, and you know, and we go along and we're travelling nice and we win. But this league is gonna be a belter this year. You just can tell from the way everyone's recruited. The League One will be a class league next year. Every side's got decent players. We know that, so we have to take advantage of the players that are available to us, and the signings, and you know, the injuries. And if Rich will pick on form, if they're fit and they do well, they'll stay in. That's my opinion. I'm not the coach. And I'm pretty sure that's what most of the fans will want to see. As long as we're winning the games, it won't matter.
The next one from Malcolm Astle. He says, is there a reason that there are no fixtures against West Wales on the website at the minute? I think that's something the RFL tend to sort out, isn't it? But just clarify that for us.
Great question, because I've seen that myself as well, and I've spoke to you boys, and you have spoke to the RFL. I don't know the reason behind it. We can all speculate.
Because they're a new team, I think that might take a bit of time to sort of
get them on the system, and but they could have still could have put the fixture. We have a fixture then, for it to be not there at all. You know, whether they were approved to come in late, I don't know. But it's something we've got onto the rugby league, because they control again that part, and you know, there's nothing we can do. But it was a good spot. So yeah, thanks for that.
Challenge 1000, just over a week now to go until the deadline. We've sold almost 300 adult tickets, which is already up on numbers from last year as well. So it's showing that the initiative is really working. It
is, and well, you know, it doesn't sound a lot to a lot of people, but to our club, it's a hell of a lot. When our total uptake on season tickets last year was not even 200. So, you know, real happy. That sounds like we're going to get an atmosphere here. Loads of kids. We went to Bentley the other week. We're off to Tolbar tonight to give the kids their season tickets. So, you know, in all, with the kids and the adults, we should be getting a good atmosphere at the games, which will hopefully transform onto the field with the boys.
And of course, you add that to what teams like Bradford are going to be bringing here, Hunslet and other local teams are going to be bringing good crowds themselves here next season. So you're going to have a really good atmosphere at the Chemo. Yeah,
there will be, and that's what we talk about in the fans meetings, is the attendance and the atmosphere. So hopefully we can tick that box, and you know, we're a lot planned for the first league game of the season. We're a lot going on, and if we can get them all in and then they enjoy the day, then hopefully they'll come for the rest of the year.
Yourself and a couple of the players took a trip to Doncaster Royal Infirmary earlier on this week. What was that like, seeing the poorly children there and just brightening their day a little bit by giving them some gifts from the players?
Yeah, it's something that we do as Club Doncaster every year, and it doesn't get any easier. You know, it's walking in on 6-month-old, 3-month-old babies and with tubes in them and that sort of stuff. It's real, it's tough, but it's you've got to give the players credit that they deserve. They go there and go out of their time, and the kids love it. The ones that are a bit older appreciate what you're doing, and you see the faces light up when you go in. So it's something that we're all proud of, and it's good for the club.
It's a chance for the players to give something back as well. Obviously, Doncaster Rovers players, sort of Jason Tarley, Kieran Cross, Geordie Hedges as well. Geordie Hedges and Jason Tarley have obviously come from overseas. It's a chance for them to really get involved with the community as well. Obviously, Geordie's been here for a few years now. Yeah.
And the players like to do it. It's we're not full time, but those boys come out of their work time, and when I've asked them and say, yeah, we'll do it, we want to do it. So it's a good thing to do. It's it's not nice for these youngins to be in the hospital over Christmas time, and the parents that are there, they appreciate it as well. So it's something we'll always do, and it's a good experience for everyone.
We had the bad news that Don Brooks has passed away this week as well. That story went out on the website. You paying tributes to him. Just explain a little bit about what he meant to this club and what this club meant to him.
Well, Don was as Mr. Doncaster. He's the legend. I think he's held every role within the club. He's been here from the first game until this day. So he's been in, and I wouldn't say he's missed hardly any games over his lifetime. He's a stalwart of this club, and I'll be pushing for some sort of tribute around the stadium or something. We have to do something like that for Don. But he was the man, wasn't he? We all loved him, and so many memories of him. You could go all night, but every single player who's played for this club left this club, and if they might not have known many of the backroom team or the staff or the office, but they all knew Don Brooks. So we're really sad to hear his passing, but legend of a bloke, and I think somebody's sent an email in with the strapline we should use is "Do it for Don," and I love it. I think it's great. You all know I like those sort of things, and I certainly know if I was playing and it was "Do it for Don," I would go that extra yard for him, because he's absolutely give everything for this club, and like I said, been here from day one. Amazing. So we miss him, but we'll always remember him.
And it's that added motivation for next season, isn't it, to try and, as you say, do it for Don. And if we can go out and have a good season next year, then it's a real sort of tribute to him.
Oh, Don will be with us, we all know that, but he'll be with Singe and George and Roche and all those sort of blokes now. So there's another good rugby league man gone up there, and it's his time to go up there. So he'll never be forgotten. He's a wonderful man, and like I say, he was and will always be Mr. Doncaster.
You touched on the community visits earlier on. You go into Tollbar this evening. You went to Bentley on the weekend as well. What's that like when you're seeing the players getting involved with the young players, and what is generally the future of Doncaster Rugby League?
I love it. I'm a big fan of it, and it's what we have to do, and we've got to do more of. We need to have a bit more of a presence outside of the keep moat, and the players like doing it too. Last Saturday morning it was absolutely freezing, but they were loving it. They're running around with the young kids and all that. So we'll do more of it. It's got to be done. We can't just expect people to come in here and just watch us and don't know who we are. So I'm a big advocate of them going into the clubs and the players getting to know each other. The other thing is the dinner we're doing. We're putting the players on the tables now of the sponsors and whoever books tables, so they get to know them that way. And we've done. I think we launched about the dinner last week. There's 8 tables gone already, so it could be one of the first events we do here with old Robbie Burrows sell out. There's there's a table or two gone that they're not even Doncaster Rugby League supporters, but they want to come and listen to Rob. So everything's positive at the club. Some people say I will sit here and say that, but I can't wait for the season to start, because we just want to see what the boys that we've brought in can do. And Richard's saying that that they're looking sharp in training. Let's see. We want to see them play. I know the fans do. Just on the other stuff I've been talking about, it's with trying to get some other players in. I'll tell you all now, it's a blooming roller coaster, and one day I'm there and one day I'm not, and then I'm there and then I'm not. And I was up to all hours last night on the phone, and still we think we're there, and you get a message in the morning you might not quite be there. And unbelievable. We've worked extremely hard to try and do what we want to do. We pray that it comes off, but sometimes decisions are taken out of your hands, and we'll just have to wait and see. But I just wanted to update everyone on that, because they'll be thinking, where's these players you've said that are coming? Everything, as far as what I say here, is everything's been agreed with the player and that, but you don't know until you actually get the signed paper back and we get the visas sorted. But we battle on and we try and carry on there, but hopefully maybe next week I might have more positive news, or we know where we are, but it's getting very, very close.